and welcome to the Aunty Lisa show. Boom. Yeah, I'll keep working on it. Right, so let's see what we'll do a story about today. Could it be? Oh, wow. Kristoffer, Aleksander, and Aunty Lisa. Upside down. That's fine. And El Fuego, the most ghostly skeleton of all. And Jack. Handy. Okay. From the red bag, we will have Captain Barnacles. Should really get pictures, shouldn't I? And Sky, the most handy Paw Patroller there is. From the pink bag of random things. She's getting low on the ground. See what's going to come out. A ring. A ring. Not like on the phone. Right. Places. The roller coaster. Okie dokie. Okay. Let us begin. One day, as is our way, Aunty Lisa, Aleksander, and Kristoffer decided to go out for the day. And they really wanted to go somewhere super, super, super amazing, exciting. So they looked up on the internet and found the world's biggest roller coaster, or indeed the one that they could get to. And it was called the most death-defying roller coaster that there ever was, or indeed will be. And they said, this is going to be awesome! So they packed their bags with such exciting things as snacks and drinks, obviously, and some binoculars, just in case, and a compass, and the iPads, and Aunty Lisa's phone, and that was it. And they went on their day trip to the theme park that had the world's biggest ever roller coaster. Now, you cannot go to the world's biggest ever roller coaster if you are friends with El Fuego without letting him know, because El Fuego bloomin' loves a roller coaster, as does Jack and all those little guys, and Parker. And I don't know about JB, but maybe she'd give it a try. So they invited along Jack and El Fuego. Parker said that she had too much studying to do, which may not have been true. Might have been scared of the roller coaster. And JB said she had stuff she needed to get done at the lab, so she was really sad, but she couldn't come. So anyway, they went to the theme park, which was super cool anyway, because it had loads and loads and loads of ice cream shops and places where you could get stuff called candy floss. It was just basically sugar on a stick. And loads of shops where you can buy things that you don't need but you keep anyway, like extra toys, but kind of fun for a little while, but they're kind of random and they fall apart quite often. Anyway, I know what I'm trying to say. Souvenir shop, that's what I'm trying to say. Souvenir shop, one of those. Anyway, so off they went. Now, Jack said he would drive, so they went in Jack's stunt buggy, Jack's beach buggy, and they took the scenic route to the theme park, which was along the coastal road, which means it was along the beach basically, and along nearby the beach, and they saw some amazing views on their way to the world's biggest roller coaster. Like, they looked out over the sea and they saw some whales jumping out of the water And Aunty Lisa said, wow, can we stop here? I just want to watch the whales. And everyone went, no, we're going to the world's biggest roller coaster. And Aunty Lisa went, fine. And they carried on driving. And then they saw some eagles diving into the sea to catch things. And Aunty Lisa said, oh, wow, look at those eagles. Please, can we stop here and watch the eagles for a little bit? And everyone went, no, Aunty Lisa, we're going to the world's biggest roller coaster, silly. Aunty Lisa said, oh, fine. And then they drove past some seals on the beach. And Aunty Lisa said, could we just stop and look at that? And everyone went, no, we're going to the theme park, Aunty Lisa. God, keep your head in the game, Aunty Lisa. Theme park. Watch the animals another day. Aunty said, fine. As long as I can have a cup of tea when I get there, then we'll go on the world's biggest roller coaster. So, they arrived at the theme park. Aunty Lisa had a cup of tea and she felt much better. And then they all had some candy floss and everyone felt a bit sick. And then they all had a drink of water and they felt a bit better. And they said, right, now it is time to go on the world's biggest roller coaster. So, they got in the queue. Oh. Queue was crazy long. Really long queue. But that's because it was the world's biggest roller coaster, which obviously means lots of people wanted to go on it. And Aunty Lisa started to get a little bit scared because as much as she likes the roller coaster, she also gets a bit scared of roller coasters and starts thinking, what if I fall out of the roller coaster? What if it goes too fast and I get scared? Oh no, what if I feel sick? And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, don't worry, Aunty Lisa. You'll be with us. It'll be fine. Look at all those other happy people. And Aunty Lisa said, yeah, okay. It'll be fine. But she wasn't sick. So they climbed aboard the roller coaster. And the roller coaster has those really big bars that strap down over you so you can't fall out. They are specially designed so you can't fall out. And then they all sat in their spaces. Fuego and Jack and Aleksander and Kristoffer and Aunty Lisa, all kind of in the same little bunch. And the roller coaster started rolling, as it does, that's its name. And it went up and up and up and up and up, really steep. And Aunty Lisa went, and Aleksander and Kristoffer went, don't worry, Aunty Lisa, it's fine. And then they went wee down, and Aunty Lisa went, ah! And Aleksander and Kristoffer took after their mother and went, ah! And they thoroughly enjoyed the world's biggest roller coaster. Round the loop-de-loop, and Aunty Lisa went, ah! And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, ah! And then Fuego and Jack went, wah! And they were all having the best time. When suddenly, something bunk on Aunty Lisa's head. And Aunty Lisa was like, ah! And she grabbed it. She wasn't sure what it was because she was still in a daze of dizziness and horror that was the roller coaster ride that she was on. And the roller coaster kept going up and down and up and down and round and round and round and round. Until eventually, it stopped. And Aunty Lisa said, oh, thank goodness, we can all get off now. Oh, I don't feel so good. And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, that was amazing! Can we do it again? And El Fuego went, yes, let's do it again! And Jack went, yeah, let's do it again! And then they all went, Aunty Lisa, and Aunty Lisa went, I'm not doing that ever again. It was really scary. And I feel sick. Can we all go and have some lunch first or something just to settle my stomach? And then we can talk about it. And they said, okay. So they went and had some lunch, and they had things like sausages in a bun and pizza, and Aunty Lisa had some chips because she really needed something just savoury and salty to make her feel better, and a cup of tea. She started to feel better, and then she was like, you know, a really funny thing happened to me on the roller coaster. And everyone went, well, what, you mean apart from all the screaming and complaining and looking like you were going to throw up? And Aunty Lisa said, yeah, apart from all the screaming, complaining and looking like I was going to throw up. She said, something hit me on the head. And I forgot about it till just now, but I've just been clenching it in my hand this whole time. I didn't even think about it. And they said, what is it? And she went, oh. And in her hand was the most dazzlingly beautiful ring you have ever seen. It was so beautiful, it looked like it had been worn by a fairy princess. That's how beautiful it was. And she went, it's a beautiful ring. My ring. Oh. Aleksander and Kristoffer said, Aunty Lisa, that's not your ring. What if that ring fell off somebody's hand that was on the roller coaster and now they're looking for it? They might be sad. And Aunty Lisa went, my ring. Nobody's having my ring. It's mine. It fell on my head and now it's my precious ring. I love it. I love it so much. It's the most beautiful. Don't you think it's the most beautiful ring you've ever seen? I'm going to put it on my finger. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, no, don't put it on your finger. It's clearly made your mind go crazy. And they snatched it out of her hand. And she went, oh, dear me, what came over me? There was a ring. Wasn't there a ring? Can I have it? Can I have the ring back, please? Can I have the ring back, boys? Can I have the ring? I'll just look after it. It'll be fine. I'll just look after the ring for a little bit and then we can take it to Lost and Found and see if anyone's lost it and we found it and they can have it back. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, not a chance, Aunty Lisa. We are looking after this ring. It does sound crazy to you. And she went, no, fine. But really she was thinking, when they're not looking, I'm going to steal that ring back because that is the coolest, most beautiful, loveliest ring that I've ever seen in my life and I must have it. But she didn't tell them that. So Aleksander and Kristoffer hid it from Aunty Lisa in a secret pocket inside one of their backpacks. And then they went about their day and they said, right, we need to go to Lost and Found first, Aunty Lisa, and see if anybody has lost a ring. And Aunty Lisa went, fine. So off they went to Lost and Found to see if anyone had lost a ring. And the man at Lost and Found said, nope, nobody said they've lost a ring. And Aunty Lisa went, whee, I can keep it? Me? And he went, no, we have to look after it for 24 hours. And then if still nobody claims it, then you can have it back. And Aunty Lisa said, no. It is the most precious, most beautiful, most amazing, glorious ring that you've ever seen in your entire life. You're not going anywhere near it. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, she's gone a bit crazy with the ring. And they said, don't worry, Aunty Lisa. You can have it. We won't give it to this man. And Aunty Lisa said, oh, thank goodness. And as they walked out, Aleksander slipped back and just gave the man the ring. And they all went off and Aunty Lisa said, can I have the ring then? And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, you can have it in 24 hours. And Aunty Lisa went, no, I must have the ring. The ring, the ring. And they said, oh dear. It would seem that maybe this ring has some kind of crazy special power over our auntie. We need to get some expert advice on this. Who can we call? And so they called Captain Barnacles while Aunty Lisa was in the loo. And they called him up. Ring, ring. And Captain Barnacles said, ahoy there, young chaps. How is everything going with you? And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, well, we've got a bit of an issue over here. A ring fell on Aunty Lisa's head, and she says it's the most beautiful, most glorious, most amazing ring that she has ever seen. And it seems to have a weird power over her, and she's kind of crazy about it, and we don't really know what to do. We definitely don't think she should wear the ring. And Captain Barnacles said, oh, I see. I thought that was just a fairy story for children. What did this ring look like? And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, well, it was a ring, goldy colour, some stones in it. And Captain Barnacle said, more detail please, chaps, come on. And they said, well, it was kind of blue, but also kind of green, and it was shiny, and it almost kind of glistened. It glistened, yes, it glistened. It kind of almost glowed a little. And Captain Barnacle said, OMG, guys. Which is very unlike Captain Barnacles, who's normally much more formal than that. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, it's a bit odd. Captain Barnacle said, well, I don't know how to break this to you, but I think that ring might belong to the mermaid queen that lives down in Atlantis. Or at least that is how the story goes. She is going to be so angry if that ring has gone missing. I just don't understand it. We better do some investigating, okay? And just at that moment, Aunty Lisa came back from the toilet. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, okay, bye-bye, Captain Barnacles. And I said, oh, we were talking about Captain Barnacles. What was that about? And they said, oh, he just called up to say hi. And Aunty Lisa said, oh, that's nice. And then she said, so we can go and get the ring then. It's been a good couple of hours. I should think we'd go and get the ring now, boys. Yeah, should we go and get it? Should we go and get the ring? And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, no, we've got to wait 24 hours, Aunty Lisa. 24 hours. That's a whole day. And she went, fine. Well, Captain Barnacles went off and did some research. He actually sent out a little crew to where they believed Atlantis is in a submarine. And that little crew was Dashi and Kwazii. And they went down and down and down in their submarine to Atlantis. And they finally found it at the very bottom of the ocean. A lost city. A whole city at the bottom of the ocean that was actually filled with mermaid people. And Kwazii and Dashi were like, what? How did we not know this existed before? God, it's amazing. And Dashi was like, she took so many pictures. And then before they know it, a mermaid with a spear came out. And the mermaid went, hey, what are you doing down here? And Kwazii said, ahoy there, me flipper-tailed hearty. We be coming to say hello and to see if ye has lost anything lately. And the guard mermaid, as it was, said, how do you know we've lost something? And Kwazii said, well, ye, what have ye lost? And then we'll tell you how we might know that. And he said, well, it's all kicking off in the mermaid palace because the queen has lost her most precious possession, the most beautiful, most amazing, most wonderful, magical mermaid ring that has ever been. And it was a gift from the mermaid king, and it's been passed down the generations of mermaids. And without it, our whole society falls apart. And Kwazii said, oh, that does sound quite serious. Well, as luck would have it, I think we knows where it is. And the guard said, you must come and meet the king and queen immediately and tell them what you know. So Kwazii and Dashi went in their submarine to the king and queen's palace, following the guard. And the king and the queen went, hello, what news do you bring from the surface? What is it? What is it? What is it? And Dashi and Kwazii, well, Dashi said, well, we think we know what's happened to your ring. And the queen said, oh, thank goodness. Where is it? Can I have it back? And Kwazii said, it's a little bit more complicated than that, because it turns out it's made its way to the land where the humans are. And it's currently locked in a safe box up on the land in the Lost and Found. And the queen said, oh, on the land? It won't last long on the land. Oh dear, you have to get it back for us. You must, immediately. And Kwazii and And Dashi said, okay, we'll see what we can do. Right. So they made their way back to the octopod, and Captain Barnacles rang up Aleksander and Kristoffer, and he went, and he said, ahoy there, Aleksander and Kristoffer. Can you talk? And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, well, hang on a minute. Aunty Lisa, can we have cake? And Aunty Lisa said, yeah, okay, I'll go and get some. You wait here though, boys. And they said, yep, we can talk now. And we're getting cake. She's so gullible. What have you got to tell us, Captain Barnacles? Captain Barnacles said, well, we've done some research, boys, and it turns out that ring you found is actually from the bottom of the ocean where the mermaid people live in Atlantis. And if it stays on the land too long, it will actually be destroyed. And then their whole system of everything will fall apart, because the ring is what's passed down from generation to generation of all the kings and queens ever in Atlantis. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, that's terrible news. Oh no, it's in the safe deposit box. We've got to get it back. Oh. Okay, we will see what we can do. Okay, bye-bye, Captain Barnacles. Right, Aunty Lisa returned me some cake. Here you go, chaps. She bought the cake for Aleksander and Kristoffer, for herself and El Fuego and Jack. And everybody had cake. And they were like, oh, it's the best. This cake is amazing, Aunty Lisa. Thanks so much. And then Aunty Lisa said, I'm just going to pop and buy something in the souvenir shop. I'll be back in a minute. And off she went. Now, she might have told a small lie, because she didn't go to the souvenir shop. Aunty Lisa went straight to the Lost and Found. And she said, oh, hello. Has anybody handed in a ring? And the man at Lost and Found said, maybe. What does the ring look like? And she said, well, it's the most beautiful, most glorious ring that you've ever seen. And the man said, I need a little bit more detail than that. And she said, well, it's kind of greeny, bluey and gold. And I lost it. I was on the roller coaster and I lost it. And the man said, that does tally up with the story of the people who came in and dropped it off earlier, apparently. So my colleague told me. They've written it down here. They said it landed on Aunty Lisa's head and she really likes it. And it's greeny blue. Yep. That's what Bob said. Yep. Okay, sounds like you must be the owner of the ring. Well, you're in luck. I will go and get it for you now. And Aunty Lisa went, and the man went, okay. And off he went, because his name was Jack. He was a different Jack, but he wasn't the guy they'd given it to earlier. And then he came out and gave Aunty Lisa the ring. And Aunty Lisa went, ooh, it's the most beautiful ring in all the world, and it's mine. And she put it on her finger. And just at that moment, the guy who'd been there when they dropped it off earlier arrived. And he went, hey, you back to check on whether that ring's been collected? And Aunty Lisa went, And Jack, the guy just giving her the ring, went, oh no, I've made a horrible error. And Aunty Lisa went, bye! And she ran out of there. And she made it back to where everyone was still eating their cake. And they said, oh, hey, Aunty Lisa, did you get any souvenirs? And she went, no, I didn't buy any souvenirs because I already have lots of fridge magnets, so I didn't get any. And Aleksander and Kristoffer suddenly glanced down at her finger and they went, what? Aunty Lisa, what have you done? And Aunty Lisa went, oh, this? Oh, yeah, they said I could have it, actually. And, you know, because of it being so shiny and beautiful and amazing, and I love it. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, Aunty Lisa, we were supposed to leave that there for 24 hours. How did you get it back? And she said, well, I might have told them that I was the person who lost it. And it was a different chap on the desk. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, oh, no. Aunty Lisa, what have you done? That's pretty much just kind of stealing it a little bit, isn't it? And Aunty Lisa went, it's a grey area, probably. But, you know, it's so beautiful. I mean, look, it's so beautiful. We should go swim in the sea. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, huh? She went, yes, we should go swimming in the sea. And we should eat fish. Yes, we should eat lots of fish. Yes, let's go swimming in the sea and eat fish. Yes. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, you don't even eat fish, Aunty Lisa. What's going on with you? Yes, we should swim as deep as we possibly can in the sea today. Let's go and do that now, everybody. Let's go and do that now. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, oh, Aunty Lisa, you've gone like crazy. And now Fuego and Jack went, uh-huh, she's gone crazy. But they thought, okay, if we can get that ring into the sea, it's got a better chance of not dissolving into nothingness. But how are we going to break it to Aunty Lisa that we know who owns the ring? And they thought, I don't think we should say it just yet. So they all went to the beach, which was not far, in Jack's beach buggy. And they ran into the sea. And Aunty Lisa was like, oh my God, I feel so at home in the sea. The sea is amazing. It's beautiful. Oh, splashy splash. Oh. And Aleksander Aleksander and Kristoffer went, Aunty Lisa, what's happening to you? And she went, oh, these. Oh, it's like a beautiful dress appearing on me. And they went, no, Aunty Lisa, you appear to be growing scales. And Aunty Lisa went, yes, aren't they lovely scales? Scales? Well, I suppose that is a bit odd. I didn't used to have scales on my legs. And my toes weren't webbed like this before. Oh, well, this is new. Okay, I'm on board with that. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, it's the ring, Aunty Lisa, it's the ring. And Aunty Lisa went, no, it's just a beautiful, precious, amazing ring in the whole world. I love it. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, it's the ring. And you, Aunty Lisa, are turning into a mermaid. And Aunty Lisa said, oh, yay, a mermaid. And they said, but here's the catch, Aunty Lisa. If you turn into a mermaid, you'll have to live at the bottom of the sea. And Aunty Lisa said, yes, at the bottom of the sea. That'll be amazing with all the fish. I can eat the fish. And Aleksander and Kristoffer went, but you won't be able to visit us, Aunty Lisa. And Aunty Lisa went, oh no. What am I doing? And she took the ring off straight away. She said, this ring has made me crazy, guys. It's made me crazy. And she handed it to Aleksander and Kristoffer real quick. And they said, okay. Thank goodness you've come a bit to your senses, Aunty Lisa, because we have some news for you. We know who owns the ring. The ring is owned by the Queen of the Mermaids, and she lives in Atlantis, the city that's lost at the bottom of the sea. And we've got to get it back to her, otherwise the whole system falls apart. And Aunty Lisa said, okay, that does sound pretty serious. How are we going to get it back to her so quickly? And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, Atlantis is quite a long way out to sea. How are we going to get there super quick? I know. We'll call Sky. So they called up Sky. And they said, Sky, we need a favour. And Sky said, of course, anything. Paw Patrol, to the rescue. And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, we haven't told you what we're doing yet. And Sky said, I know. What is it? And they said, well, we need you and your helicopter, please. And we need you to fly us to the middle of the sea where we can dive in and take something back to Atlantis, the lost city at the bottom of the sea for the mermaids. And Sky said, okay, roger that. And she said, I'll see you in a minute. And she flew straight over. So they all piled into Sky's helicopter when she landed on the beach. And she said, oh, this is so exciting. What is that you've got there? A beautiful ring. Can I have it? Can I touch it? Can I touch it too? Can I? And Aunty Lisa went, no, don't do it, Sky. It's got secret magical powers, that ring. Once you touch it, you just can't let go. It's amazing. The most beautiful and precious ring that I ever... No, I mustn't. So, Sky flew them out to the middle of the sea. Meanwhile, Captain Barnacles, obviously in the octopod, was already located at the top of the sea, just above where Atlantis was, with their submarine. And so Sky's helicopter flew them out there. And then Aleksander and Kristoffer, not Aunty Lisa, because she still is struggling with the self-control around the ring. They jumped out of the helicopter from a safe height in their scuba gear. And Dashi and Kwazii met them in their submarine, and they all climbed in the submarine and took them down to the bottom of the ocean to Atlantis, where they went to the palace, and they got out of the submarine in their scuba gear, and they swam over to the king and the queen of the mermaids, and they said, look, we've got it back, we've got your ring. And the queen went, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, you've saved our entire society. Without that ring, we all just turn into ordinary people, and then we'd drown down here, and we'd never be able to live out our lives the way we want to. And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, well, you're very welcome. I mean, we've no idea how it ended up falling on Aunty Lisa's head. And the queen said, well, nor have I. All I can think is that something like it must have got taken up by a fish when I left it on the side, and then a bird maybe caught the fish, and then maybe it ate the ring, and it probably pooped it out, and it landed on Aunty Lisa's head. I'm very sorry about that, by the way. Is she okay? And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, yeah, she'll be okay. She's a bit crazy about the ring, though. And the queen said, yes, it does get people that way. It is the most beautiful, precious, most gorgeous, amazing ring in all the world, isn't it? Let me put it back on. She put it back on her finger. Oh. And everybody, all the mermaids, suddenly looked relaxed, because peace was regained in their lovely mermaid land down at the bottom of the sea. And they said, well, if ever you need us, you should give us a call, okay? You know, or come and send someone down here, because we don't have mobile phones. And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, okay, all right, well, it's been a beautiful day to meet you. And they said, yep, you too. Here's some fish for your dinner. And Aleksander and Kristoffer said, we're not so keen on the bottom of the sea fish with those massive teeth. But thank you. We'll have some fish fingers and think of you later. And they said, okay. So then everybody got back in the submarine, and they waved bye-bye to the Mermaid King and Queen. Bye. And the Mermaid King and Queen went, bye. And all the other mermaids were like, bye. And then they took the submarine back up, and then they said, thanks ever so much to Dashi and Kwazii. And they got back in their helicopter, and they went back to the theme park. And they said, hey, do you know what? We should go and apologise. And Aunty Lisa said, really? Do I have to? And they said, yes. And so she went and apologised to the man that she tricked and taken the ring off, and she said it was a very crazy ring, and that she'd given it to put it in an even safer place, and to let her know if should anyone come and ask for it. But she knew no one was going to, because it belonged to the Mermaid Queen, and she wasn't about to come and ask for it at the Lost and Found at the theme park. And they said, okay, we accept your apology. And then Aunty Lisa bought everyone cake, and this time did not sneak off to try and steal any rings, and cups of tea. And they all had a lovely time. But Aunty Lisa did not go back on the roller coaster. And that's the end of the story. Whew. Love you. Bye-bye.